Okay, so I'm gonna go through this really fast because I mainly want to talk about like the basics of this. So anytime we're talking to a seller, right, or anybody really, this could be an agent, this could be a lender, this could be a buyer, like this literally could be anything. We always want to clarify what people mean. We want to probe and ask clarifying questions, right? And we want to uncover their motivation, right? And so how do we do that? That's what we're going to get into on this call. So today we're going to go through like a little bit of a framework. Um, we'll kind of go over a scenario of live role play, and then we'll just do some open Q&A. So um, four pillars that you always want to kind of come back to. One is motivation. Why are they selling? Right? Not what they initially tell you usually. It's usually something beneath that. Two is like the condition of the property. Okay. Timeline. When do they actually want to sell? And like why do they want to sell at that time? And then four is like the price. Like how much do they want to walk away with? Or, for some people it's just like what's the price of the property that you want? Okay, so we talked about this before. We always want to go deeper if we can. So when someone says like an emotional word, like I'm stressed, I'm just tired of it, what do most investors do? Totally understand. Life is stressful. So, anyways, when are you hoping to close? Right. So let's remind ourselves we want to ask like stress, right? Like high inflection point, like stress. What does that do in their brain? Oh, that didn't make sense what I said. I need to explain this
Mhm.
further. Right. Or sometimes I like doing this instead. Hey, just so I have some more context, like what do you mean by stress? Or how do you mean by stress? Right? Just get them to clarify. By the way, one thing before we get into that again, how do we what influences how someone interprets our intention behind what we're saying?
I have a few, I guess, guesses.
Yeah, give
Um,
me some guesses.
yeah,
There's probably a few things.
their own personal mood at that time, and maybe their own previous experiences.
Totally.
If
Totally.
they've had previous conversations with somebody like you, but a different person.
Hmm.
So, with the context of real estate, let's say they had spoken to five other investors already that day, and you know, they might be influenced by how those conversations went, um,
Hmm.
whether or not they feel heard and understood.
Yeah,
And
for
then
sure.
there's, ways that you communicate and express yourself, your tone, your inflection, your
Hmm.
diction.
Yes.
I would say that there's, gosh, probably dozens. And it's
Hmm.
different, if you're speaking face to face versus over the phone.
True. Body language in person.
Mhm.
Yeah. Those are all really good examples. Honestly, a lot of those I didn't think of. You're right. Like past experiences, even the mood they're in that day. You are right. If someone's angry, like they may interpret things differently than if they was happy.
I
Um,
found that out the hard way yesterday.
ah, that's really good for me to think about. I haven't thought about that. That's true.
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
The main one I was going to cover is mainly just what you said, like tone,
Mhm.
right? Like, if someone's in a challenging tone, it's like they interpret that as most of the time challenging, right?
Mhm.
If you're kind of curious or like, oh, like, what does that mean? Like, it's like, oh, he's just curious about what I'm doing. But if I'm
Yeah.
like, well, what does that mean? It's like, that's a completely different, they're going to be like, why is he asking me this?
Mhm.
Right? Like, sometimes you look at people and you're like, what are you up to? So, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
those people. And that's how they also can see us. We don't
Mhm.
want to be that way.
Yeah.
Right. So don't allow vagueness. So I'm going to be pretty vague on some of these role plays, or I want y'all to be at least.
Mhm.
Right. And so like don't just assume. Okay. So here's the four questions. If you want to screenshot this or whatever, or if you already have this, that's fine. But I would take a picture of this. And these are the four questions that we're going to go off of today. So we're not going to go off of a normal five, like separating the mortgage from then, we're just going to keep it really very simple. Okay. So tell me about the property and kind of what you got going on with it, what kind of repairs, updates you think the house needs. In an ideal world, when would you like to close? Ideally, asking kind of like, is that timeline important to you? If so, why? And then four, how much are you hoping to get for the property? I'll just keep it simple. Um, Perfect. Anything else? All right, cool. So let's get into it.
All right.
Told you I'd make that quick. Alex, you want to go first?
Sure.
Brave soul.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there, so I think we just start from the top. So
Sure.
let's say I booked a call with you. I want to
Okay.
sell my house. And then you're just like, hey, tell me
Mhm.
what you got going on with it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Um,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah. Hey
hey,
man, thanks for taking the time.
yeah, absolutely. Good to connect with you.
Mhm.
Yeah, so why don't you just start, filling me in, tell me a little bit about the house and what you got going on with it.
Yeah, so it's been a house I've had for a while.
Okay.
So it's been in our family for, gosh, I want to say 40 years now.
Oh, wow.
Passed down, yeah, from my father, and he passed it down to me. And it's just something I'm kind of looking to get rid of. I think it's just kind of time to move on. So,
And when you say it's time to move on, what exactly do you mean by that?
oh, I just mean like being able to sell the property like kind of quickly.
You want to sell it quickly?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any particular reason why you're wanting to sell quickly?
Um, well, I mean, I just think like if we can get it done quicker, it's probably just better, I guess.
Yeah, better how?
Um, um, I mean, I think it's just better to move it quickly instead of having to wait for buyers and deal with like
Yeah.
agents and stuff like that.
Okay. Is there anything about the process of listing it on the MLS with an agent that's like off-putting to you, or you know, dealing with open houses or things of that nature?
Mm, no, I mean, we've done that before. I mean, I've owned other properties,
Okay.
but I mean, I think that it's just more at this point, it's more just like about the speed
Okay. So selling quickly is important to you.
for sure.
Okay. Do you have a new place to live after you sell this home?
Yeah, I got a place lined up, so we'll be good, and I can move out literally like next week.
All right. Where are you going to be moving to?
Just like right down the road with one of my friends. I'm just gonna be moving in with him.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Um, so you're saying, geographically in the same area, but just a new living space.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you prefer about the new living space compared to this home that's been in your family for so many years?
How do you feel about that question after asking it?
I'm trying to understand why he's wanting to move and wanting to move quickly.
Okay.
And the vector that I'm going at is like, okay, there's something about the home that he just wants to get rid of. And there's something
Hmm.
about being in a new living space that is appealing to him, and particularly living with, a friend of his. Um, in my mind, it went to divorce or like some sort of, like family issue.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, secondarily, it could be that he's having financial issues and, just needs to offload this property, get some cash. But I
So
don't
I
know
think
that
that's a good point.
yeah, but I don't know that I phrased that as smoothly as
Yeah. Well, maybe
could
we can
it.
try again,
Sure.
because that's the reason why I say that is because
Hmm.
in my story, I have a story in my head of the character I'm playing.
Yeah.
And my character is not going through divorce.
Okay.
And he also doesn't really like the new house.
He doesn't like the new house.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So I think that there's some assumptions already in our head. So that's why we need to just keep practicing.
Okay.
So what are we really trying to figure out here?
We're
What's
really
the
trying
main
to.
thing?
Yeah. Why is it that he wants to sell quickly?
Yes.
Yeah.
And did
And
we get a good answer from him?
no, no, we didn't.
So what are some ways when someone says, I think we need to like almost take a step back
Yeah.
for a second. So do you remember kind of how it went? I think I said like I'm just kind of hoping to get rid of it. And you were like, what does that mean
Yeah.
specifically? Something like
Hmm.
that, right? If
Yep.
I'm tracking. And then I was like, well, I just like um it just means like kind of moving on, just like kind of getting it done quickly or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah. And then I asked about, if there's anything about listing it on the MLS that was off-putting, and you just said that
Mhm.
you didn't really want to do that again.
I feel like you definitely are right, but I feel like before that you almost asked me like why is it why quickly or like
Hmm.
why is that important? There was a question there either
Yeah.
before or after, and then I was like, well, quicker is just always better,
Hmm.
something
Better
like
how?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could ask better how, but you also could like sometimes what I like to do is like pull back for a second and like circle it. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I suppose it could be. I mean, there's a lot of homeowners we work with that want like 30 or 60 days in the home, or sometimes they just need more time to move. Like, but like, why
Hmm.
specifically is moving like just quickly so important to you though?
Hmm.
Like, you're kind of you see how you like kind of pull back, circle it,
Yeah.
and then like come right back to it.
Yeah.
It's
Let's
a
try
little
this.
less direct than like better
Yep.
how.
Okay. Yeah. So what if I said it like this? So, okay.
Mhm.
So selling quickly is important to you. Now, if you were to list it on the MLS, obviously it would take longer, but you would almost certainly walk away with the most money possible.
Mhm.
So, but you said that you don't want to wait for that. Am I understanding that correctly?
No, I don't want to wait for that.
Okay. Well, why is it that you would rather take less money and get it done sooner rather than wait, you know, 90 days or however long it would take to sell it on the MLS and pocket more money?
See, that's a good question.
Thank you.
Like, maybe explain to me, like, I don't know, can you help me, like, maybe understand the rationale behind and then go into it? That's exactly right.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's another way to ask it. Um, yeah, because there's a lot of homeowners that just want to maximize the profit. Like,
Hmm.
you know the type. Like, they're just like, I'm gonna let it sit for 200 days and
Yeah.
like get my price. It's like
Yeah.
for you, like, why do you feel differently about that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
perfect. Well, I'll answer your question, Alex. Well, I mean, I just think that, I mean, I think just to get some cash, honestly, like to get some cash now would be really nice, like because Um, well, I think it would just be nice to have, honestly, just for like some reserves or just like, as I move on my next chapter, then it's like I at least have some money to kind of play with, you know?
Okay. So you're looking to have just like a cash reserve or just like a stockpile of cash. And it's fair to say that you're not used to having that, at least in recent months or years.
I don't know. I guess I wouldn't say that. I mean, I've been pretty good with money.
Okay. Is there anything in particular that you feel like, I need cash to go pursue this like interest or this whatever it might be?
I think it just depends on like what y'all can offer. Like, what do you know what you can offer, or like what are you thinking?
Well, why don't you tell me about the condition of the house and that can help me kind of understand a little bit more what I'd be able to offer.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, condition is XYZ. Everything's good except it just needs a new roof.
Okay.
Yeah. So it needs a new roof. And let's say a new roof and a new HVAC.
Okay, new roof, new HVAC, but electrical's good, plumbing's
Yeah,
good. Yeah. Okay.
all
Excellent.
that's good.
Okay. And then how big is the house and how many bedrooms and bathrooms?
2003. That's a 3-2.
Excellent. Okay. Um, well, it's in decent shape. Obviously, I need to put some work into it to get it, tip top and ready to sell or rent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'll have to account for that when I make an offer. But if we
Yeah.
were to agree on a purchase price, when would you want to
Hmm.
close?
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible. Okay. And you said earlier that you're ready to move out like, next week.
Yeah, yeah. Next week.
Okay. Um, then wanting to dig in deeper on the motivation because we still haven't really uncovered it.
Hmm.
Um, if you had to wait, let's just say 2 months. If you had to wait 2 months to close, what would that do to you?
That's a tough question, right? I don't know. Let's I see where you're going, but
Yeah.
how do you think they would respond to that? How would
Probably
you
just say
respond to
that
that?
I'd say I'd probably just keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, what would that do to you? It's like,
And I just not really understand what the purpose of that question was.
that's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's good though. I'm not trying to criticize. I'm just trying to explore it with you because I do the same
Yeah.
thing when I'm on the phone.
Hmm.
Sometimes I'll like go back and listen and I'll be like, why did I say that?
Yeah.
You know? And it's like,
Yeah.
how did that make the homeowner feel?
Hmm.
How did that come across? This almost feels, I don't know. It would feel like someone was trying to pin something against me or something, or like try to gain
Okay.
leverage instead of being like on my team.
Yeah.
Um, what
Well,
else
let
could
me
we
let me
ask?
back up. So, how long have you been trying to sell your home?
Um, I just recently started trying to sell it like a week ago.
About a week ago. Okay.
Yeah, about a
And
week
you're
ago.
already ready to move out, and you've got something lined up already to move out. So let me just ask you, what changed a week ago that made you ready to sell?
Oh man, I guess I just felt like it was time to move on because I got bills I got to pay.
Yeah.
I got, we've had this house forever, and it's like, it needs a new roof, a new HVAC. It's hot in the house. Like I
Mm.
can barely sleep because it's so hot.
Oh,
And
okay.
I just, oh man, it'd be just nice to get a fresh start.
Okay. Um, you said that the HVAC is, not working and it's too hot to sleep. What's that doing to you? What's that doing to your family?
What's a question we could ask before that relating to this sequence?
Well, you mentioned having bills. You mentioned the HVAC not working. And there was one other thing that you mentioned at the end, and it's
Hmm.
escaping me
This
right
is
now.
this is getting really really granular, but I think it's
Hmm.
important when we bring something like this up that's painful.
Yeah.
We want to think about not the painful thing, but what is the painful thing causing?
Okay.
So what is the HVAC going out causing?
Oh, it's causing him to be unable to sleep, to be uncomfortable in his own home.
Yes.
Yeah.
So having the HVAC like go out and like you not being able to sleep, like you said, like how long has that been going on for?
Hmm. Yeah. So, how long has the HVAC been? Uh, how long has the HVAC been out? And how long has it been
Oh,
since
dude, I
you're
didn't want
able
to
to
think
sleep
about it.
well?
Probably probably 2 months now.
2 months. Gosh, and it's been really hot this summer.
It's
Um,
it's been literally unbearable. Honestly, like sometimes I'll literally go outside because it's like cooler outside than it is on the inside.
Man, that just sounds absolutely miserable. I'm so sorry to hear that you're going through
It is. It's horrible.
that. Yeah. So, for that reason, would you say that that's why you're wanting to make a change?
See, that's where you can ask. So what's that?
Yeah.
Gosh, what's that doing to you, man?
Yeah. So what's it doing to you? Just, not being comfortable in your home, needing to go outside, ironically, to cool off.
Yeah. Oh, it's the whole reason I want to sell. I mean, because it's like I don't have the money to fix it, and
Mm,
it's killing me, man. It's killing me. And the kid, I got to see my kids get up and they're like sweating.
yeah.
It's just not right. Like, and so I think it's me as like the man in the household. I feel like I gotta do something about this
Yeah. So, time to at least think about making a change.
for sure.
Okay. So, how much were you hoping to walk away from,
Mhm.
after we complete the purchase or the sale of the home? I don't like the way that I said that, but I think I've got my point
That's
across.
okay. That's fine. Yeah. So 200,000.
You're looking to pocket 200,000.
Yeah, it's I own it free and clear.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. And then with that
Yeah.
200,000, how did you arrive at that value?
Um, I guess it's just like what I want for it.
Okay.
That was funny. I'm sorry. Is it hello?
this is the part that I feel most uncomfortable with is the negotiating
That's
part.
okay. All right,
Yeah,
then let's
that's why
go
we
through
do
it.
this.
This is
Yeah,
why we're here, man. Let's
yep,
go.
exactly.
All right. So what makes you uncomfortable about it?
Um, I think communicating that I can only offer like a lower amount and doing so in a way that's like um, just fair, so that if they were to hear it, like yeah, they might not agree to take that, but it's not like I'm just being a miser or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like trying to communicate like, okay, I understand that you want this much money. This is what I'm able to offer, and this is the reason why. And then just trying
Mhm.
to bring us together. Um,
Well, I
yeah,
think it
so
depends on how you I appreciate you sharing that. That helps me to understand more. It depends on like how your what your process is behind
mhm,
like negotiating. Like for some people that make an offer, like that we try not to. And so I think that how I would start off is just keeping it straight.
mhm.
So I mean, we are going to fix the roof and the HVAC. We got a budget for that. So 200,000
Okay,
is that the least you would take. I would
okay,
just ask that.
all right, yeah.
And
So
then
all
yeah.
right, yeah, I got it from here. Okay, so you mentioned obviously the HVAC needs to get repaired and the roof needs to get
Hmm.
repaired.
Yeah.
So I'll have to account for that in my budget. And
Mhm.
considering that is 200,000 the least that you would take.
Look, I'm willing to negotiate. I'm not saying I'm like unreasonable. I'm not like one of these people that's like, oh, I'll only take 200,000. But it's like you just throw out a number, like we can just go from there.
Okay. I'll tell you this. I did some homework on other properties in your area that have sold recently.
Hmm.
And for the size of your house, 2,000 square foot, three bedroom, two bath, typical price for a house that's all fixed up, in tip top shape and sold on the MLS is about
Hmm.
220,000. And so if you were
Yeah.
to go list it with an agent and have everything all ready to go, that's about how much you could expect to make.
Hmm.
Now, from that 220,000, you're going to lose 6% to agent fees and 2% to closing costs and listing fees and things of that nature. So
Hmm.
that's 8% that you lose right off the top. Whip out my old calculator here to see what is
Yeah.
220,000 minus 8%.
Make up a number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that leaves you with about 200,000.
Okay.
And
Yeah. So that's
then,
fair.
yep, but there's got to be costs associated with, that 200,000 is after you spend money to fix up the house. Have you gotten
Mm.
any estimates from any contractors for the HVAC and for the roof?
But it's going to be like 20,000 total to do both. Just like it's just going to be 20 total.
Okay. So, deduct that 20,000, now we're down to about 180 to you.
Mhm. Yeah.
And now me as an investor, like if I'm going to be doing all this work, if I'm going to be buying the house and holding it for a period of time, obviously I'm going to have costs associated with that, and I'm going to have
Hmm.
risk associated with that. And my business model is to account for that risk by you know projecting a certain profit amount. So let's just say that you were in my situation. How much would you want to profit from a deal like this?
Oh man, I have no idea. With you being the expert, I mean, maybe just tell me kind of where you're at when you just go from there.
Okay. So for me, I would be looking to profit about $30,000, considering what it's going to take for me to get into the deal and the amount of money I'm going to have to front to get the house fixed up and listed. So considering the selling on the market after repairs would be about 180 to me, and then $30,000 profit, I need to be at about 150,000.
Man, 150? Hmm. So, Alex, this feels low. I'll be honest with you, it just feels low.
Okay. And to be blunt, like I'm, as an investor, I can't offer top dollar. And I'm not the right buyer for everybody. The advantage that I offer to you is that I can close quickly and you can sell the house as is, so you don't need to worry about the repairs, and we can help you to close on your timeline. Well, compared to what?
Mm.
Um, yeah, let me try that again. So
Yeah,
I'm
when
an
you say
invest.
low,
Beg your pardon?
you know what I'm saying? Like when you say low, like low compared to what?
So I would typically not be able to offer as much as a traditional retail buyer. So just like a regular, person who's looking to buy a home for themselves and their family.
Hmm.
Your let's call them a Main Street John Doe.
Hmm.
Um, so because I'm not able to do that, the advantages that I offered you are that I can buy the house as is. You don't need to worry about any repairs. You don't need to worry about any showings. You have no, hidden costs. So 100% of the purchase price goes to you. And then, as I've said, we can close quickly. We can close on your timeline, which is something that, because of what, because of the fact that the HVAC is not working, you've mentioned is really important to you.
And
Did that statement that kind of feel like a gotcha?
say that again one more time. Can you repeat all that?
Yeah. So how far back do you want me to go?
Uh, Probably just the whole thing is good.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Just
I'm
want
an
to hear it
investor.
all again.
Yeah. So as an investor, I'm typically not able to offer as much money as a regular retail buyer, your regular John Doe who's trying to buy a home for him and his family. And to compensate for that, the advantages that I offer to you, the seller, are that you get no closing costs, you get no agent costs. So 100% of the purchase price goes to you. I buy homes as is, so you don't need to worry about any repairs, any updates, none
Hmm.
of that. I'm going to handle all of that. And I can close on your timeline. And this is the part that, after I said it, I kind of got a little worried. But I said, you mentioned that because the HVAC is down, it's been really uncomfortable in your home and that you're looking to move quickly. So, that's something that I could help you with.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
How does that feel to you?
I didn't like it was the moment I said it. Yeah,
Why do you think that is?
I think that it felt to me like I was weaponizing his vulnerability.
Mm. What do you think, Griff?
You're muted,
Is
Griffin.
Thank you. It did feel a little bit pointy.
Hmm.
I think it could have been worded a little bit different. I think
Hmm.
realistically, if you said that, it wouldn't be like the worst thing ever, but I think there's a different way to phrase it.
Yeah.
Of like, instead of telling, maybe ask is what I would
Hmm.
say.
Okay.
Like,
So
okay,
maybe
I
I.
mean, like, yeah, man, I understand it might be a little low, but I think that's kind of just like honestly what the numbers are saying and where I would have to be. And I do want to get this done for you.
Mhm.
Um, but like for you, do you feel like I think like as an investor, that's where I would probably need to be. And I think to get what you're looking for, like you'd probably have to take it to the market just to get like the highest dollar amount possible, right? So for you, like, do you feel like it's worth maybe just sticking it out a little longer and just, sleeping in that heat just to get the dollar amount that you want? Or do you feel like maybe just taking a lower price to make that change? What do you feel
Mm.
like is better for you?
Okay. Yeah, I like the way
mm,
you put that.
So it's phrased, I mean, obviously it wasn't perfect, but it's phrased in a question rather than like telling. Like that's
Yeah.
what I can offer
yeah.
you. It's like, what do you feel like is worth
Mhm.
it?
Okay. Yeah, so let's try that again. And I'm able to close on your timeline, and you mentioned that the HVAC's been out, and that's making it really uncomfortable to be in your home. And so just let me ask you, is it worth waiting out and dealing with the broken HVAC, to try and get your number? Or is it worth, you know, accepting less upfront, but having the problem solved more quickly?
Yeah. I think that's a really good answer. I think There's so many directions you can go from here. This is like where I would be tempted to go. Like low compared to what? Oh, that's okay. Well, I guess like is getting like the highest potential price on paper like the most important thing to you, or is it actually getting this done so that you can get the cash you need? So
Mm-hmm.
so you and your family can finally get some sleep and move on from all this. Like in reality, which is more important?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would be tempted to ask.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Okay. All right, yeah, so let's try it again. So, is it more important to you to just get the highest number on paper that you can get, knowing that it might take weeks or months? Or is it more important to you to get this problem solved so that you and your family can just finally have some relief, even if it means taking a lower number?
And it's also important to ask that at the end, like in reality, which is more important. Like remind them of like the question.
Okay.
Otherwise, they won't answer it a lot of times.
Okay.
So, okay, let's say you ask me that, like in reality, which is more important? Well, I mean, I would say both are important. That's an answer you'll get. How do we
Okay.
answer that?
If you if you had to give a percentage, which one would you say is more important? Would you say that it's like 50-50 or like 70-30?
Gosh, that's so hard to say, man.
Come
This is good
on.
Very true.
practice.
Very true. I mean,
Okay.
This is good
you're gonna
practice. How
get.
would you handle that, Griffin?
Wait, what did you say? It just made me laugh.
He said the
Uh,
percentage, and then at what percentage is it? Like, is it 50-50 or like which one's more? And I just said, well, I mean, what did I say? It just kind of like,
you
I
said like they're
said,
equally important or something along those lines. At least that's how I interpreted it.
Well, for sure, but like realistically, in this
yeah,
situation, like
Yeah.
I kind of already told you where I need to be. So,
Mhm.
uh-huh.
do you feel like that's worth it to you, or do you feel like you can just stick it out in the heat a little longer, like put
Oh,
it on
this
the
is what I
market for
said.
90
That's good.
days?
That's really good. This is what I said after this. Even it applies to this. Dude, I'm not even sure, Griffin.
Okay, well, what if you really thought about it? So it's like,
Yeah,
I'm not even sure.
no,
Look
I'm
Like
what you're
not even
gonna get,
sure.
dude.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, exactly. That's a great, Alex. Like, practice that over and over. Like, what if you really? But yeah, I hear you. But like, what if you really thought about it though?
Mhm.
And sometimes the third one is like, hey, look, I'm not recording this on Instagram. I'm not posting anything. Like, this is between you and I. Like, come on,
Mhm.
be honest with me. Like, really, what's more important to you? Like, that's like a third, like, final draw. And like, I've
Mhm.
never gone through it and like that not work.
Okay. All right.
So
Let's back it up. So,
it's like the
yeah,
two pistols on the side
yeah.
pockets. You just pull one at a time.
Okay. So, like, but in reality, what's more important to you, getting, the top number on paper or getting your family into a place where there's functioning HVAC?
I feel like both are important.
Okay, but like, if you really thought about it, which one's more important to you?
I mean, I would say, I would say moving on from all of this is more important.
Okay.
But I guess just like I want to get a fair price too. Now, okay. The reason why I just paused there is
Hmm.
because we've been taught that it's rude to interrupt,
Hmm.
which I agree sometimes. But when you have someone on the path that you're wanting them to go,
Hmm.
interject and stop that butt for just a second. This is like if I could just tell you a gold nugget of this call, this is it right here.
Okay.
So when I said, well, I mean, I think moving on and doing that would be the most important thing to me.
Okay. So, what do we need
But
to do to get that done?
you could say that, or
Hmm.
how do you push that even further? What can we ask about that? Why do you feel like it is, though?
Okay. Why do you feel like it is more important to just get this problem solved?
Notice what we're doing in this conversation.
Hmm.
When I ask, why do you feel like it is, though? What do we stop doing? What
You
do I stop
stop
doing immediately?
you stop thinking about getting your
The
bigger
price.
number. Yeah,
Do we want them to think about the price or the value?
the value
The value. So how do we think? How do we get them to think more about the value?
by getting to think about the problem.
By asking them more questions about how valuable it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
But why do you feel like it is though? Well, I mean, mainly just because like then we wouldn't have to sleep in the heat. We could move on, get a fresh start. I mean, it really wouldn't be um, so bad to take a little bit less. And um, yeah, I mean, I just think that that would be it would just be really nice. Yeah.
So you just feel like it would be really nice to get this problem solved and just have it in the rearview
Hmm.
mirror. Okay.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
do we need to do to get this done?
I think that's a great question. I actually
Yeah, me
really
too.
do. I like that.
Nice.
That's not where
Yeah.
I would have gone, but I like that
Okay.
better than what I was going to say.
What were you gonna say?
Um, I would have probably said like, well, where do you feel like you need to be? But I like your question more because you're not giving up a leg of saying like, hey, I'm willing to negotiate right away.
Mm-hmm.
You're asking, what do we need to do to get this
Mm-hmm.
done? That's a
Yep.
great question. So good.
Yeah.
I'm stealing that from the playbook. Okay.
Feel free.
Um, yeah, I just did. It's locked in.
Nice.
So what do we need to do? I mean, I don't know, Alex. I don't know what to do.
Okay. Well, my
Don't let me get away with that.
you don't know what to do. So how do I follow up on that?
Be a little playful. Like,
Okay.
hey, dude, we're on the same team. Like, if you really thought about it, what do we need to do?
I mean, we're on the same team here. It's we're working to solve this problem together. So what do we need to
Yeah.
do to just get this over the finish line?
Well, sounds like I got to take less money.
Okay. Are you saying that you're accepting my offer?
Ah, we're jumping. We're
Mhm.
close. We're
Yeah.
close. This is good. This is
Yeah.
like, dude, I love this call. I'm gonna like watch this over here. So
Same.
yeah, this is really you've helped me a lot, honestly, just seeing where I'm doing some of the same things. So it's like it helps, it's like a mirror sometimes.
Well, thank you.
So yes, for sure. Like you're not the only one. Like I do the
Mhm.
same, I make the same
Mhm.
things. They're not even mistakes, there's different ways of doing it.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so you said, what do we need to do about this? And I said, I guess I just have to take less. Yes. So then I would be tempted, when I use that word, I have to, I'd be
Mhm.
tempted to kind of pull away. Well, you certainly don't have to take less.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like you could, and then that's what I'm doing. You can go ahead and let's look at the realtor and wait,
Okay.
three,
Yeah. So
four,
this
five
is
months. And
yeah. So that's the time. That is one of many times to push away. So you say, well, I guess I have to take this, and I say, well, you don't have to. I mean, you own this home free and clear. You're under no
yeah,
obligation to sell to me or any other investor or anyone in particular.
yeah,
And you're absolutely
yeah,
welcome to try and list it on the market.
yeah,
But obviously, we've talked a lot about your own the situation with the HVAC and wanting to get something done quickly. So kind of circling back to what we had talked about earlier, what is it better for you to pursue that higher number, knowing it might take months to get it, or just you know you and I get this over the finish line right here and now?
could you do 160? Now you said 150. Could you do
Mhm.
160? Let's say you can't.
Okay. Would this be a good time to bring up owner financing? That was what my mind went to
You
first.
could. I mean, you could go in that direction, yes. But
Okay.
I would like for us to stay on price for a second and see if we
Okay.
can
Yeah.
negotiate into it real fast.
Okay. So at 160, it's just too tight for me. That's too much risk that
Mm,
I'm able to tolerate. So I would not be able to do 160,000.
mm, okay. I'm stuck, Alex. I don't know. can I just have some time to maybe think about it and just kind of get back to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anybody in particular, like, I assume you wanted to talk it over with your wife?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I would like to talk it over, but it's more just me kind of thinking about things, just figuring out
Yeah.
what's the right move, what's the wrong move, like how am I
Yeah.
going to know what the right decision is, just things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, do you feel like this is a really important decision that you're making at this time?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I
Okay.
wouldn't say like the most important, but yeah, it's important.
Well, it's not the most important. Why is that?
I just have other important stuff that I got going on in my life. I don't really want to get into.
All right. I assume that it's right to leave that aside. The
Yes,
right thing to do is to not touch that. Okay.
for sure.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What, how much time do you feel like you need to just think it over and discuss it with whoever you need to discuss it
I
with?
mean, I mean, maybe just like on Monday we could talk, like after the
Talk on
weekend.
Monday. Okay. Would you have availability around 10 in the morning on Monday?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, great. Well, I will, when we're off the phone, I'll send you a text message here just as a reminder for that call at 10 in the morning on Monday.
Yeah,
Yeah, take the night, take the weekend, think it over, talk about it with your wife, and
I
we'll have
appreciate that,
that discussion
Alex.
on Monday. Yeah. And hey,
Totally,
before I
man.
let you go,
Uh-huh.
was there anything in particular you were looking to think over during that time? Reason why I ask is just if, if there was something that you needed to think about, I could do my due diligence on that and just, help prepare to answer any questions that you might have.
No, I wouldn't say anything in particular. Just kind of, just got to think through it, you know?
Got to think through it. Is there anything for what were you? Okay, so I'm saying it again.
Mhm.
So just before I let you go here, what were you planning to think over uh, during the weekend? The reason why I asked is just, if there's anything particular, I can just prepare
Mhm.
for it on my end and answer any questions that you might have when we speak on Monday.
Uh, I mean, I just thinking about like, again, just thinking about if this is the right decision or not. Because like, there's just a lot to think about.
Yeah, a lot help.
I mean, just like, should I take this low of an offer? Should I try to wait it out?
Mhm.
Um, like, I just don't know.
Okay. Now, hearing that, I feel like there's an opportunity to dig in, but I don't know like what vector to take. Does that
Griffin, do
make
you have any
sense?
thoughts before we wrap up?
Um, I did have a thought, but I forgot. You said,
That's okay.
what'd you say? You were just like, yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. No, I don't, I guess.
This is tough, Alex. This
Yeah.
is tough. I'm not quite sure where to go with this. I
Mhm.
think even though I'm playing the seller,
Yeah.
I would say something like earlier on, I would have liked to ask about like, how would you know that you're making the right decision?
Okay.
Or like, what is, but he made his response maybe, well, that's what I got to think.
Yeah.
Right. So like that may not get you anywhere. So maybe
Yeah.
let me try again. And
Okay.
this is how I think about scripting, like what I'm doing right now. It's like I just
Yeah.
tried that and it didn't work. Okay, let's try it again.
Okay. Do you need me to
Hmm.
re-ask the question?
No, it's okay. Thank you though. Like this is kind of probably where I'd break down. I would try to ask that. How do you know the difference between like the right and wrong decision? Like I would ask that. And if he says that's what I gotta think about. Well, look, at the end of the day, right? It's like you can make any decision you want, right?
Yeah.
And really, there's no really right or wrong. It's just like whatever's best for you and what you choose. So,
Hmm.
and it kind of gives them some more agency, like some
Hmm.
more choice. So
Yeah.
it's really just what you choose. So it's like, I mean, at the end of the day,
Hmm.
do you feel like I know you said you wanted at 160. Like, do you really feel like $10,000 is the difference maker for you to be able to move on and not have to have you and your family sleep in the heat for the next 3 months? Like, is that
Hmm.
is that kind of what it is, or like what's really holding you back, man?
Mm,
That's where I would go final push. Like, what's really holding you back? With like a lot
mm.
of empathy there.
Okay. All right. So yeah, let's try that. So, you know, I hear what you're saying about making, the right decision. And yeah, first of all, I just want to say like there's not any pressure on you to make any particular decision. You're the seller, you own this home free and clear, and you can take whatever path you want. And at the end of the day,
Mhm.
I kind of think of decisions not as right or wrong, but just which trade-offs I prefer. And that's just been really helpful for me in terms of, releasing decision anxiety. Um, that being said, do you feel like holding out for, an extra $10,000, is that worth, letting this problem continue to linger on for, however long it's going to take for you to find somebody who's willing to pay that amount?
I mean, I feel like it might be.
Okay.
What does my tone tell
You
you?
sounded uncertain. Um, why do you think that it's more valuable to hold out for the extra money than it is to solve the problem
Mhm.
quickly?
This is the last thing I'll say. That's a good question. Um, there's two directions you can go here
Uh-huh.
that I can think of. One is what you just said, which is why do you think it's more valuable?
Mhm.
Where is that going to push me towards in a conversation?
Justifying why they want to take more money.
So, how do we kind of place some doubt on this option?
Uh, Stress the uncertainty of the
Yeah.
timeline. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what is it that's keeping you, I guess, from being 100% certain that that's what you want to do?
Okay. I see what you're getting at. Now I'm
Well,
getting start
because I
thinking
mean,
about the problem again.
I don't know. Like,
Mhm.
what do you mean? Tell me, brother. Let's go. You know,
Yeah.
let's
So
go
I,
grab coffee. We'll talk about it. Like, I'll even buy your
mhm.
coffee.
Yeah.
If you're gonna give me 0% seller finance, dude, I'll give you two
I'll buy so many
coffees.
coffees.
Two coffees. I'll get you a matcha. I'll get you a blueberry muffin, like whatever you want. Off the record, we'll report it. Cool. Yeah, key takeaway, real quick. What do we take from this? What's the number one thing we're gonna implement over the next 7 days?
What was that question?
What's the next? I guess like the next calls that you make. What can you take away from this role play to
Mhm.
implement over the next 7 days?
Digging in deeper on these questions and asking good follow-up questions, and
Mhm.
just trying to phrase things in a way that are more direct and not passive. I think that that's kind of the biggest thing that I would like to work on over
Love
the
it.
next week.
As long as you took something from it,
Yeah.
it's just the patterns. Like you
Mhm.
just see similar patterns. It's not even so much like a knowledge thing. It's more of a you see. I've seen this over and over,
Yeah.
and that just takes reps, which is what you're doing. So
Yeah.
proud of you, bro. Keep going. Thanks for
Thanks.
being an example too to like hopefully a lot of people that will get value from this. Because I'm actually going to share this with a few of my friends that
Yeah.
I think need to hear this.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
I'm
going to
glad to
watch it four
contribute.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, dude. All right,
Appreciate
I'll
it.
talk to y'all soon. Thank y'all for hopping
Yeah.
on.
Yep.
Yeah, for
Take care,
sure.
everybody.
All
All
right, see
right,
y'all.
peace.